correct. If you're already in the chat, let me know you can see me and hear me. You know what I mean? I'm trying something new. And I want you to let me know if you can see and hear me if you're already in the chat. And if you also already in the chat, hit the like button. We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to try something a little different today. Welcome back to the Trio Cast. It's your big homie, player partner, Hezeleo, you know? And for those of you who may not know who Hezeleo is, let me introduce you a bit. There's a mini documentary out on me right now on 504 Street Some Plug channel. You might want to go check that out. But let me see. I want to get this here shared. Let's see how this go. But yeah, let me see. How do you do this? I don't know how to do it, but we're going to figure it out. But yeah, so basically, I'm Hezeleo. What does that mean? Hezeleo basically is an underground king. Really, you know what I mean? By way of the group, the Underground Kings, and by way of the activity that I put down and demonstrated. That's what makes me a true underground king. Spook who sat by the door, what it is. So I come from a musical background. You know, I wanted to pursue my dream as an artist and rub shoulders with the who's who in the game. And I did that. I did exactly what I sought out to do. You know what I mean? A kid from the hood with dreams and goals and aspirations of rocking stages and arenas and being next to the who's who. I did that. Now, what that got to do with today? Just a little bit background of who I am, because a lot of new people come to this channel. What's up, Hezeleo? Everything good, DL? A lot of new people come to this channel and they don't have an idea of what's going on. Shout out to 17, long live Pimp Chad. He and I would be what you call proteges of Sweet James Jones, Pimp C, along with a few of our other brothers. So that's a bit about who I am. But I want to tell you more about my why. Because sometimes as you age, your why changes. If at some point, your why can be about this. But as you elevate, progress, and mature, your why changes. And I'm going to get into that. But let me read this. I got some important info for you. Get at me when you can. Yeah, I reached out. But yeah, let's do it. Let's chop it up tomorrow. What's up, Zay? I see you. So in the beginning, my why was more about showing that I can hang amongst the who's who and display my talent and my skills. That was kind of like my first why. My second why became more of a social construct. It was more of, I noticed that a lot of underdogs from my hood and my community was overlooked. I noticed that a lot of the underdogs in my hood was overlooked. So my why started to change. Let me see. Yeah, my why started to change. And so I took on more of a role of, I want to expose these trio individuals that I know, you know, guys that's out there risking their life, risking their freedom, you know what I mean, to be looked at and admired in a way. Because most of these individuals came from poor backgrounds, illiteracy, and anything else you can name. So they wanted to be admired too. So the quickest way for a street individual to get admiration is to unfortunately do negative things that can cause harm to his future, himself, and maybe his family. He might get off into hustling, you know, or he might get off into robbing, jacking, gang banging, whatever it is that'll make somebody admire and fear you at the same time. You'll walk that path because you're tired of being minuscule. You're tired of being overlooked and nobody see you. So you make these moves. So my why became, I'm going to use my artistry to put me in a better position for my family and myself, and then my surroundings, my community, my trill niggas. That was my why. You know what I mean? And I fought hard. And every time I got exposure or opportunities, I would go back to less fortunate, poke broke, ignorant ass, trill ass niggas and say, hey, come with me, my nigga. Come get some of this. But even knowing my why had a good intent, you know what I mean? It would get misunderstood. So year and year and year after you having a why, uh, involving other individuals that you want to see a different side of life and they don't understand it, it becomes a tug of war on you. And then your why starts to change again. You start to be quiet about what your why is really about. And you start to be selective about who you're going to bring in the midst of your why, who you're going to share these resources with. There's a saying in the Bible that says, don't cast your pearls to swine, meaning don't take something valuable and go put it on the neck of a pig. Maybe you have a pearl necklace or a diamond necklace. Don't take that diamond necklace and go hook it up on a pig neck. And to put that in layman's terms and plain trill talk, basically, don't share valuable information and resources with pigs. Not literally pigs, but people who don't understand, people who won't get it, and people who just don't get it. You're wasting your time. So what happens is your why starts to change again. As you become an adult, get off to you get off into, woman and man. You pull away from all the negativity, the crowd, and you spending more time learning a woman. And maybe y'all consummate, and maybe y'all bring forth a child. So now your why turns into family. That's a good why. That's a good why. Your why turns into family. You keep your focus there, and I believe that's where you need to be. You'll find different whys as you elevate and mature. So at this age, at this level, I have different whys. And tonight we're going to do something different. I want to put in the chat the link to this live for you to join this live with me. We're going to talk about a few topics. If you feel propelled to have an intellectual conversation, I want you to come and join me. If you come just to troll, you will be rejected immediately. So bear with me as I figure out how to share this link. Bear with me as I figure out how to share the link. Let me see. Add a guest. Copy. Send invite link. Copy. Let's see if I can put it in the chat. Let's see. Add a guest. How do I add a guest? Okay, I copied that. Let's see. You can't do that. I don't know how to do it. Let's see. I'll get it together. All chats. Live chat. Let's go with live chat. And how do I message myself on here? Bear with me, folks, but we're going to get off into it. Tonight, we're going to talk about a few different things, and we're going to take your input at the same time. Let me try something. Let me try something really quick. And I'm back, folks, and I might have it. I might have it. Alfonso sending blessings to me and my husband. Why did I read that? Why did I read that? We're not going to do that tonight, folks. You're not going to play cockamamie with me this evening. I swear to you, I will not participate. We're going to talk about some social things that's taking place, and we're going to get some input. Okay? We're not. We're going to talk about some social events that's taking place that's much needed to conversate about, and I want to get you guys input. Here's the link, I believe, where you can click the link and come backstage. But take your time before you come, and let's get into the first topic. Welcome back to the Trio Cast. It's your player partner, Hezeleo. And the first thing I want to discuss, it took place in local news. And what I saw in local news that I want to share with you, there's a man accused of sexually assaulting a boy in New Jersey. They show a picture and a video of a older gentleman, looked like he could be late 50s, early 60s, mid 60s. Now, what he's accused of is assaulting an 11-year-old boy. And let's read a bit about it, and I'll get some of your input. In Irvington, New Jersey, the search is on for a man who allegedly sexually assaulted an 11-year-old boy. In Irvington, according to authorities, surveillance video shows the man approaching the 11-year-old and dragging him from the front of his house to the side of, let me see, PX11 News has learned that the perpetrator took the child to the back of the house and threatened to unalive him if he made any noise. It's a really sensitive subject and it's really new. I'm very upset and still, the mother of the child said, and asked that she not be identified, said exclusively to the news, you know, my son told me, he told me what happened in my front door, at my front door. The child was walking his dog on Ellis Avenue around 6:30 a.m., according to Irvington detective. The family told the news that the suspect waited when the boy was about to enter back into the home. My son being strangled in front, the mother said. That's where the man allegedly sexually assaulted the little boy. News that might be breaking out right now that the case and assaults that involved the suspect, that he may have did this multiple times. I've heard it happened to another child. I pray for them. I hope that person also heals and they get help. They get the help that they need. There are two elementary schools nearby where this incident happened. Other parents in the community are also alarmed that this predator still remains at large. It will be so close to you and you will never know, right? It's crazy people out here. I'm devastated. That's what a resident said. So now we'll open up the forum. Um, you want to look this up? This took place in, I think it's called Irvington or Irving. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's spelled Irvington, New Jersey. Irvington, New Jersey. Now, I would like to say, first of all, this taking place, the suspect is a black male. I kind of feel like if this is what he done and this is what he do, my personal opinion is he don't need to be arrested. He don't need to go to jail. He don't need to go to court. He don't need to go to prison. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, I put the link in the chat. If you want to come join the chat, hit the like button. Come in, tell me what you think about it. But I say, I don't think he needs none of the judicial system type stuff. And I know it's not the way of the United States, but if you are harming our children in such a way, just my personal opinion, I think that's a luxury for you to be apprehended, arrested, booked, detained, court, then prison. Oh no. I think you deserve something much more shorter than that. But that's just my opinion. But like I said, man, I put the link in the chat. We're doing something new tonight. If you have some input you'd like to share, hit the link. I'm going to bring you on and you can do some speaking also. And we'll try to keep it short so we can bring others on. You know what I mean? But that's where we at. This is the first topic. Feel free to hit the link right now. Come in and give me your opinion on what you think about this. I didn't see the suspect name in the writing, but I did see a picture of the suspect. And if you Google it, you'll see it pop up. It's a pretty massive elderly male, look like he in shape. So it's a possibility that he's been doing this and spending time in prison and now he's out, because that's what most of the time it happens. When you see older black men or older men in their 60s and late 50s and they physically fit, they either played a lot of sports, they went to the military or something like that, or most of the time they've been in prison. You know what I mean? So when you see an assailant like him, physically fit, and been accused of this multiple times, I'm pretty sure he spent a lot of time in prison. And it seems that didn't work for him because he's back out on the streets doing the same cockamamie, unimaginable deeds to young children. So I'm open. If you have an opinion, I put the link in the chat. I'll put it again. Feel free. Speak now, forever hold your peace. You did? I wanted to get y'all involved. So there's the link. If you want to come on and speak, please do so. You know what I mean? If not, we're going to move on to the next subject. Let me see. We will be adding my brother Zay Sanchez. Let's see how this works, folks. And he's on. What's going on, man?
What's up, PZ?
Hey, it's good. We can hear you loud and clear.
All right, no, that's cool. Yeah, I was catching pieces of it what you were saying. So this dude, um, like it's already been identified that he, like it's for sure it's him.
I believe it's a for sure thing because there's a surveillance video that actually shows him picking up the kid and dragging him away while the kid is probably kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
And so it identifies him as the assailant for grabbing that kid and moving away with him and whatever he did with him. For one,
No, go ahead.
you got no business putting your hands on nobody else's child. And
You're right.
Plus taking them away in such a manner like this. So I feel like whatever they accused him of, I feel like he did it. You know what I mean? And like I said, my input is it should be no need for him to go get arrested, and all that type of judicial shit, because that's a monster type shit.
Yeah, no, and I feel you on that. They need to find something else more punishing. Because, like you said, they're gonna arrest him. He ain't gonna be sitting, sitting in the prison, sitting in AC. Like, man, they need to find something that's a little bit more harsh, and like for all them people that are out there doing bad things, to where they don't come back and do the same thing all over again.
Right. And I think this is probably what we're looking at is a repeat offender, you know,
Yeah,
because when you look at the picture of, if you Google it right quick, you'll see him. But if you look at the picture of the dude looked pretty fit, and he looked pretty focused on what he's doing. And when somebody's that zoned in and focused, they're either demonic possessed or they're lunatics. You know what I mean? There's no reasoning in his facial expression. This dude looks like I'm dedicated to go and do this fuck shit that I'm fixing to go do. And that's a fucking monster that has to be abruptly stopped.
yeah, no,
Because he's
like
gonna do it
instantly.
again.
Yeah, it needs to get stopped instantly. Um, yeah, I mean, like I said, I know there's a whole bunch of other stuff that could be done, but it's just like I said, the system needs to change. But I mean, I know we don't control that.
No, right now we're just basically giving our POVs, our personal opinions and whatnot. And this is what this platform also can be for. Like we've got off into a situation lately where there's a lot of new people coming to the channel, but I don't want them to misunderstand that we're coming here to discuss way more social events, music, elevation, grown man business. It's not all about me sitting in here cursing out somebody that I don't even know. Just see a name and an ugly comment. Like it's fun, hey, cool,
Yeah,
but that ain't the purpose, you know?
yeah, no, I'm trying to. Like I said, that's why I always put good vibes, man. Just good, trying to stay with good vibes over here on this side.
You've been solid. I want to look something up right quick while you're here. Because it is a law that's being passed that certain predators are can be legally castrated. And this is a law that just passed, but
Yeah, okay,
yeah, I think it happened I think it happened in Florida, but I don't
all right.
for sexual predators. I don't remember chemical. They had chemical castration going on, but I think this is some new shit that they got. Uh, it may be still chemical castration, but I think the newest shit is they chopping a nigga dick off. You know what I mean? Bitch ass nigga, you
Right?
need it.
I
Let me
mean,
see
yeah.
where it's at.
Get
Yeah, whack a
get
nigga
his
ass
ass,
off.
yeah, get his ass mollywopped up, put him in the street, put him in the streets with them goons. I mean, that's like, I don't know what
You
to.
breaking up.
Uh,
You were
you can hear
breaking
me
up real
okay?
bad.
You can hear me okay now?
Nah, but I can't hear you.
Let me move around, 'cause, yeah, we
Go out,
gotta.
go out and come back. Go out and come back in.
All right, let me try
Yeah,
that
so
then.
we got chemical castration going on in Florida for sex offenders. Currently, several states, including California and Florida, permits the injection of convicted sex offenders with chemical treatments designed to quell their sex drive. I don't think that's enough. You dig? I don't think that's enough. You hear this word, uh, they're being, let me see, they're being injected with some treatments designed to quell their sex drive. Nigga, ain't no quelling no sex drive, nigga. I think they should whack a nigga ass off. You know what I mean? The word is spelled Queil, quell their sex drive, chemical castration. But yeah, go ahead. You was breaking up earlier.
Yeah, no, I was just saying,
Go ahead.
like some. I was saying some, just some hood type things, man. let and put them in the middle of the hood, man, and let them grown men handle up on that dude, and like that way he can learn somehow, man. Get it across his mind, like, hey, man, you need to stop doing this and that, man. Because yeah, I hate hearing them stories, man.
Uh, yeah, learning how to stop doing it. If you a repeat offender, I don't see like you learning. I think something harsh has to happen.
Yeah,
You know what I
no, you're
mean?
right. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I got some feedback going because my think something harsh has to happen. My phone is
Yeah,
picking up
you know what I mean. You're right.
with
Yeah,
not
no,
a
you're
good
right.
connection. But yeah, give me some more of your input, then we're gonna put somebody else in here. Yeah,
Um, one last input that I could say easy is man, I don't know how to put it. I guess because you know how like when you got people on parole, like when they come home, maybe they should come up with another system where they gotta report weekly or every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Something more stricter to those offenders. Because I know I want to say it's been a minute, but like you can go in online and you can see all the offenders that are in your area or in your town or wherever you're at. And
right.
so like have somebody on their ass. You know what I mean? Like constantly. I mean, what is it? The ankle monitor type of stuff. To where
I
they
was thinking
know.
about that.
On
I was thinking about that.
a legal system
I
type of
think
thing.
I think them bitches I think the bitches should wear that monitor for some years.
Yeah, no, hell yeah.
You know, that should be part of they release conditions that they need to wear that monitor for the rest of.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with. Yeah, we can start making them monitors. You know what I mean? Whichever company's making them, man. Hey, we need to work these people 5 6 days a week. 12-hour days.
For life. Yeah, wear that bitch for life. Predator monitor for life.
Yeah,
You know what I
no, you're
mean?
right.
Yeah, but hey, I appreciate you stopping through,
That's
man.
it.
Get back to
You
work
already
in that
know.
chat. We're gonna bring somebody else up on this topic. If anybody
Already.
else want to come up on this topic, don't let me know. Hit the link and come on up. We're talking about the predator in Irvington, New Jersey. You know what I mean? So if you want to comment on this predator, hit the link. I just shared it in the chat. Come on up. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing no trolling. Come on up and talk some intellectual, mature content. We're talking about the predator that's going around nabbing children in Irvington, New Jersey. A very unfortunate situation that I came by today, and I just want to get your input on it. I give my point of view all the time, but right now I'm willing to share. You know what I'm saying? Hit the link, come in and tell me what you're talking about. And you must show your face. You can't come in and be hiding because that's gonna let me know off top you on some cockamamie. But if we're not gonna talk anymore about this subject, I'm gonna move on to the next one. But I'm gonna share the link one more time. Y'all got a lot to say most of the time, but here's your chance to come side by side and chop it up with a G. Hit the link. You know what I'm talking about? And like I said, what we were talking about was the predator in Irvington, New Jersey, nabbing kids and allegedly sexually assaulting them. My point of view, like I said, I'm saying it kind of discreet, but you can read in between the lines. I feel like he don't need all the judicial system arrest, this and that, jail, detainment ship. I feel like he don't need none of that. I feel like it should be a open and closed case because our children are helpless. They cannot defend themselves in no kind of way. We are the protectors of the innocent, the women and the children. You're going to turn predator on the defenseless? Nah, man. Taxpayers don't need to waste no money on you, boy. Taxpayers don't need to waste no money on you. And all you guys that's typing the very long paragraphs, I put the link in the chat. You can hit the link and you can come vocalize and say what you need to say. But like I'm saying, that's where we at on that. My point of view on that is skip all the arraignment, just get rid of the monster. And I know that ain't the law of the land, but sometimes you just feel this way. And this is just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? This is not no suggestion to anyone. This is just my personal opinion. It used to happen back in the day. You did. Back in the day, it used to happen. They thought somebody to be guilty of a crime. They didn't even let the authorities take place and do what they need to do. They went and got that individual and did harm to him. You know what I mean? But yeah, I put it in the chat if you want to come up and share the stage with me and give me your POV. The link is in the chat. Find it, hit it, and let's chop it up. If not, we're going to move on to the next subject. We're not going to spend all night waiting on you to build up your nuts to come get on the chat with a trill. And it ain't about cockamamie tonight. You understand? You see, don't be limited. Don't be no one-trick pony that can only come to my chat to want to go back and forth with me in a negative manner. Now that we have actually something to talk about, there's a lot of silence. And I understand, I spoke on that earlier. I spoke on our culture and our society always doing the most when it's about absolutely nothing. But when it's really about something, we do the least. And once you know this, you can't just keep moving the same. When you recognize, and this light bulb pop on in your head, you can't continue just moving the same. If the crowd and the masses are all talking about Kendrick versus Drake, but it's social events going on, a racial divide taking place, brutality is still taking place, why do you ignore that but congregate by the hundreds of thousands to pay attention to something frivolous that means nothing to no one but the individuals involved? Promo that we all talked about who won. Somebody got popped, but I don't even know if that's, related. But this is the first battle where the diss record hit the airwaves tremendously all over the coast and was streamed ridiculously. So these individuals, they win. Their team, their record label, their association, they all win. What do we get? So let's take those same participants, the same number of people who talked about this battle on every social site, amongst one another, text messages, phone calls, in each other's face, barbershop, beauty shop. Let's take this same effort and put behind social injustices. What you think will happen then? What you think will happen then? We can't be the ignorant people that only come together to line dance. That's some airhead ass shit. That's the only time we can come together to cha-cha slide. Come on, my nigga. But I put the link in the chat. We're gonna close this subject and move on to the next. Obviously, Zay was the only one prepared to speak about that subject. We're gonna move to the next subject, and if you feel prepared, you want to share your point of view, the link is in the chat. Who knows when I'll do this again? So take advantage of it. And let's get to the next subject. This one I saw on Instagram, and it made me kind of chuckle a little bit. It made me chuckle just a little bit. Um, it was a, a post about a young individual. It was a female. She looked to be maybe 4'11" or less. And she looked to be a bit hairy around the face. Like she had a shadow of a mustache and a goatee. And like I said, she looked about 4'11". And basically, she was a crossing guard, supposedly. She was a crossing guard. And they found her as a crossing guard at the schoolhouse uh, selling Swizzle sweets and vape and tobacco and paraphernalia to the students. I found that a bit disturbing, but I also understood that she kind of looked like one of the kids, and she was so short that they say smoking stunts your growth. So what I'm thinking is she probably feel bitter that in her life, maybe her parents smoked and maybe she smoked and she became a short son of a bitch. You did? Zay, I appreciate that man. It's always good to chop it up with He's in the Trio Cat. Man, I appreciate that $5 soup towards the channel's elevation. And like I was saying, I can't find the article so I can tell you where this took place. But if any of you came across the article and you seen where it took place, but it was a crossing guard, one of the people that blow the whistle and, tell you to come on to the school grounds or stop traffic so you can, exit the school grounds. But they say that she was selling Swisher Sweet and vape and tobacco products to the students. And she was arrested on the spot. So they must have caught her doing it. But like I said, maybe she had a vendetta because it appears that she was a little miniature looking person. And they say smoking stunts your growth. The Surgeon General say smoking also can cause cancer, and women who are pregnant should not smoke. And smoking also can stunt your growth. So I'm thinking maybe she ain't grow no more. She mad than the motherfucker. So she trying to get them young kids tobacco products to maybe hinder their growth. I don't know. Or maybe she needed the money. I don't know what provoked her to do that there, but she's out of line. I don't know what she'll be charged with. Uh, I don't know, even if she guilty. All I saw was them arresting her and they showed a mug shot and she looked to have a little heavy peach fuzz around her upper lip and a goatee area. When I saw the picture, I was thinking, what's wrong with him? But, that was part of that, of what I seen. Now the link is also in the chat. If you want to come on and comment on that, I'll share it again. We're talking about the young lady who was accused allegedly of selling tobacco products to the students, as she's supposed to have been working as a crossing guard. She ain't even got her CDLs. She can't even drop no students off in no bus or nothing. She's out there making $16 an hour being a crossing guard. And they only work about 4 hours a day. But I guess she kind of feel like, let's do the math on that. 4 hours a day times $16 an hour is about $32 per 2 hours, combined to be about $64. So I guess $64 for them 4 hours wasn't enough. So she had to basically side hustle. But unfortunately, she should have found some new customers. You know what I mean? She should have found some adult customers. She shouldn't have been out there on them school grounds selling them students tobacco products. Maybe she should have targeted the teachers. You did. She should have hung around the parking lot where the teachers parked at and maybe went to the teachers' lounge, seeing who wanted some Swissels and tobacco products. But because she targeted the students, she's now in trouble and they arrested her. And like I say, she looked at about uh, 4'9", 4'10", 4'11". She was tiny. And I would think that she might be a little thrown off. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, that is a crime in the United States on America. And you shouldn't be giving out with children nothing that's going to harm them. So the link is in the chat. If you want to speak on this, you can come up right now. Keep it brief, you know what I mean? So we can move right along. But the link is in the chat. And like I said, who knows when we're going to do this again? So take advantage of it now. Don't just troll in the comment section. Let your voice be heard. We want to hear your point of view tonight on the Trillcast. Again, I'm Hezeleo, the host, the owner of this channel. Who am I? Go look at that 504 Unplugged mini documentary. It'll give you a good insight and a little bit about me. And you know, I give you a whole bunch about me regardless anyway on this channel. And I think that's how my man got a lot of the information. Because I do talk a lot and I tell trill stories. And I give you a bunch of my situations that took place in my life. But it's an art. It's an art form. You know what I mean? I got plenty of music out depicting different stories and talking different things and describing different things. And it does what it does. But when we started these particular streams, we're building and we're connecting a lot of people from all over the world. We're reaching people all over the world. Just the other day, we had people in here from the UK, along with Africa, and just all sorts of places, Ireland, just to name a few. So it's something going on with the reach of these lives that music videos are not doing, songs are not doing, but these lives are doing it. So like I said, we're talking about the young lady who was apprehended for selling tobacco products to the children at school. They said Italy also, man, that's what's up. So we're talking about the young lady that was apprehended for selling tobacco products to the children at school. If you want to speak on that, the link is in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you a brief moment to build up your, how could I say, your bravery to come alongside of me and share your point of view. But if not, I understand. And we're going to keep moving right along. We're not going to sit here and wait and play with you guys in the chat. I see there's some guys that want to play big butt games in the chat, but they're going to have to do that alone. We're not participating with that tonight, folks. We're talking about some social events. So if there's no one want to speak on that, my point of view is she should have found adult customers. You did? She should have found adult customers. And whatever they're going to do to her, it's unfortunate for them kids who may have picked up a new habit. And it's unfortunate for her that that would be the hustle she would come up with. Can you imagine? Can you imagine you sit back and you strategize and you say, ooh, I'm finna kill him with this new hustle I have. You know? You're like, ooh, I'm finna kill a game with this new hustle I have. But your new hustle is to sell tobacco products to the students. Nah, that wasn't a good idea. And I'd like to offer this to the chat. Every idea that you have, it's not a good idea. Every thought that pop up in your mind don't mean that it's a good thought. Words that come to your mind that wants to be uttered don't mean that they're good words. You have to be a shepherd of thoughts in your mind and your ideas. You have to herd them. They'll try to get out of the fence. They'll try to run amok, but you have to herd them. So she wasn't a good shepherd of her own thoughts. She wasn't a good shepherd of her own ideas. I wish she would have had a confidant or a friend like me. Con said, Big He, what it is? I would have been, what's up? Man, I got this hustle. I'm finna kill him, man. I'm finna rake in that paper. You want in on it? Hey, run it by me. What you got? I'm gonna get vape. I'm gonna get Black and Mild and Skimpy Swisher Sweet and cigarettes, and I'm gonna sell it. Okay, yeah, okay. Continue. Who you gonna sell it to? You know I'm a crossing guard over that schoolhouse, right? And yeah. Okay. I think I know where you going with this. In my mind, I'm gonna think she finna say, I'm going to sell it to the teachers. But when she utter out her mouth, I'm gonna sell it to the students. That's when I would say, hey man, hold up, man. That's a dumbass idea, man. Go on back to the drawing board, man. You got yourself a bunch of nothing. You hear me? You thought you had a good idea, but in all actual honesty, ma'am, you got yourself nothing. Gone back to the drawing board. But see, in her case, she probably had some fugazi homeboys and homegirls. And she probably told them what she told me. And they probably told her, girl, you a genius. In her face, they probably told her, girl, you a genius. And after she left smiling, thinking that her friends approved of her new hustle, they laughed behind her back. And that's what most people do. They're not real enough or trill enough to call you to the social path. This is more or less UGK business, UGK posse business, UGK record business. People who knew and loved Pimp C type business. I asked myself this question earlier. When Pimp was present, R.I.P. to Pimp C and Mama West. When Pimp C was present on Earth, alive, guys that was in our circumference and around us, they chose to conduct themselves in a respectful manner, even if they didn't like somebody they was around. Because of Pimp's presence beneath the surface. And this goes from the circle, UGK posse, people outside the circle, promoters, different people in Houston, different people in different cities. I saw this with my own eyes and my own ears. Together, a lid on it. But then after he was deceased, I don't know. Anybody got any? How about now? Give me a little input. What about now? You're going in and out. Let now. How about now? I'm talking slow, so I don't have to say it no more. But how about now? Is that better or worse? Is that better or worse? You are now getting sleepy. You are now getting. I was having an issue was why in his presence everyone kept a lid on it. Kind of like that movie Soul Food when Big Mama died. Before Big Mama died, everybody got along. Everybody was cool. They'd have Sunday dinner. But when she died, everybody was at each other's throat. Why is that? Why could you not be who you was while he was here and still remain who you are while he's gone? That's what I'm trying to understand. Because the trill individual that I was in his presence still remains today after the fact and now that he's gone. That was just something I thought about today. I didn't know who I could ask that to get any input from it, but I just thought I'd put that out there to the universe to see if it'd come back to me and just give me some kind of insight on it. You hear me? But if you have no input on that either, we're gonna move right along. You understand? We're not gonna wait on you to cook. When you hit that live button, you got to be ready. You never know what's gonna go on. You might be put on the spot. You might be asked, "What are your thoughts?" You understand? So we're gonna move right along. If nobody can give me any input on that, I think I got an idea. I think I got an idea, but it still kind of mind boggles me. Why one way, and then after the fact, another way? Ain't you the same person? I'm still rolling straight down the bowling alley. I'm not going around the corner, up the street and up the hill to come straight down the pipeline. I'm coming straight down the pipeline, straight down the bowling alley, like I always have. And we got Zay Sanchez coming back. You might as well, brother. You back in. What's going on, man?
Yeah, easy. It was. I didn't catch the whole question that you were saying, but like, are you saying, because like I said, it was cutting in and out. The
Okay.
the people that was rolling with Pimp, like, before what happened, and then you're asking, like, if they switched up. Is that what you're saying? Is
Yeah,
or the, or
yeah, that's part of it. So basically, I was sitting while he was here. Our inner circle, we all somewhat looked like we got along. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
People around us, we all got along. Um, Promoters and just different people that we would run into and people that we knew. On some negative type shit. But for the most part, everybody pretty much just got along. So my question that I put out there today was when he left, why was everybody displaying something totally different than what they displayed when he was here? Now everybody at each other throat, nobody get along. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess he kept everything together. Like, he was I don't know how to put it, man, but just he was a what? Yeah, yeah, he was the glue of I mean, of the whole movement he was doing. But what you call it. Once he was gone, man, that just lets you know who I don't want to call them fake, but just who's down with who's and who's down with you and who ain't. And once that happens, I mean, it's just point blank and simple.
Yeah,
Because
I can understand a lot of people just probably was connected to each other by him and through him. So once that connection was gone, was no need to continue some of those connections. I can understand that.
yeah,
But it just
financially, especially financially, man. I mean, he was trying to. Of course, we don't. I don't know nothing about the industry, but you know how, like, if he's making millions, imagine what the people above him are making. You know what I mean? That's how I look
right.
at it. And like, if they're not making their money, then they're just gonna go on to, to the next person or to the next step. To keep on
Yeah,
going
yeah.
and not.
On some
But yeah,
business
that's
shit,
all.
yeah, most definitely. Yeah, okay. Well,
But that's all I had on
we're
that.
gonna get back to the. I got one more thing. This would be going back to
All right.
Jamal, and he was assaulted by two cops. The cops are saying that, but from the video I saw, I didn't see this kid being aggressive towards these cops. I seen this kid being backed into a corner by adult, supposedly peace officers, civil servants, you know what I'm saying? But adults. Now, I look at this dynamic multiple ways. I look at this dynamic as me as one of those cops and seeing race and color. This is a child. You know what I mean? When you are a warrior, into this trying to escalate the situation so I can flex my authority. But looking at this video, these unprofessional police wanted to escalate this situation so they can flex. And they did just that in a very uh, unclassy way, in a very detrimental way that caused harm to their child. They physically beat him with their fists. One officer punched him probably a dozen times. The other officer grabbed him by his hair and was trying to punch him. And then they tased him and arrested him and charged him with 3 counts. Now I got an update on it, and the community is protesting as they should. But it's another thing that was disturbing to me and upsetting. He has a court appointed attorney. Let me see. You say it froze up. Can y'all hear me okay? Let me know if you could hear me. I don't know if I froze up or what's going on. Let me know if you can hear me. I hope all the stuff I just said that y'all heard me and I wasn't just talking to myself. But like I said, what upset me the most on the update is he has a court appointed attorney. Like, that ain't what's up. For one, I know in Texas immediately, uh, Crump and all the mother boys would get on that to make sure there's a civil suit pending against the authorities. And they also will be trying to get them fired, even arrested for assault. But it seems like not many people care. And for them to have a court appointed attorney, they're on the wrong side of the law right now. You have video of what took place involving this officers and this child. These two officers assaulting this child. You have it right there in your face. And somebody is going to say, let's get a court appointed attorney. Man, if y'all don't hire an attorney to represent that child, he about to be stuck with a record, the memory he got beat up, the video that's gonna forever be on the internet, his students, his fellow classmates, his community, they're gonna shame him. And that may turn him into something that he was never gonna be from this incident. So the community, I don't know if y'all catch these videos or my point of view or whatever it is. Y'all need to fight towards getting some funding so some real work can be done. To me, we witnessed another injustice, just like Emmett Till. We're saying it's okay for cops to kick our children in the ass when they're doing nothing to warrant that. Our silence is saying it's okay. And right now, you're silent today. But what about if it was your kid tomorrow? You would want somebody to speak up. So, folks, I wanted to come and share my point of view with you guys. That's what I did. I offered the link up in the chat for those who like to say all kind of comments to come alongside of me. The only person took advantage of it is my brother Zay Sanchez. Salute to you for holding down the channel as one of the head mods, swinging that sword, turning that wrench. Keep on keeping on, man. We going places. But other than that, any last words y'all boys want to share in the chat? Love to the trio, man. Finally, Brandon Tilley back in the building, man. So good to see your name off in here, man. We've been doing some great things over here. We've been trio casting and lasting. Tuning in. We got different cities tuning in. It's it's been an abundance of people coming in showing love and people cutting up having a good time and people hating. It's been some of all of it. But it's all welcome. It's a social experiment for people to drop their conduct and their thoughts and their point of view and their comments in the chat. It's a social experiment. You get to see how people think and what's on their mind, rather it be lighthearted or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Is Michael worrying about the size of the hat? Like, how does that affect you, sir? How does the size of my hat affect you? You see? So this is what his mind is thinking about. While we're talking about social injustices and social and society, he's talking about the size of my hat. So this is a social experiment to see what's on a person's mind. Brandon Tillery says, I'm blessed, stressed and blessed. How are you, Zay? You know, it's grown man business over here, man. We over here getting it like always. Want to know the size of your hat? I'm from India. Well, I don't want to buy no hats from India. I don't want to do no business with Pakistan. So ain't no need for you worrying about the size of my hat. My hat is my size. Hope that answered your question. But like I was saying, I opened up the chat to individuals if they had something to say. They were shy, you know what I mean? Visit trillgear.biz and buy you one. Get you one sent to India. You did? Then you can worry about the size of your own hat. Such an angry black American. I got a lot to be angry about. You know what I mean? I got a lot to be angry about, my man. Uh, I just spoke about the thing that I'm angry about. But for right now, I got some studying to do. I wanted to tap in with y'all for this moment to share these events and get your point of view. Zay Sanchez, I appreciate you coming. Maybe next time somebody will feel propelled to want to show their face and speak. Until then, and until next time, it's your player partner, Hezeleo, man. We trill casting and lasting. Know what I'm talking about? We protect Heezy over here. Don't make. Know what I'm talking about? I'm out.